Hello everybody, third video for today, please be aware of that. But I want to talk about origins, the source. And I want to show you how through our inferiority complex, anybody comes to you and say this is the knowledge of a God, which is obviously so much greater than yourself, you start running with it. Whereas if you were grounded in the truth of this world and in the truth of yourself, you would actually see how idiotic that is. And if we had been able, or if we had still been grounded in the knowledge of, we had had a base of knowledge of ourselves and of this world, we would probably not have gone where we have gone. We would have seen it for the idiocy it was right from the start. And I want to show you this here. Now, again, I was just listening a bit of David Icke again and, looking for the origins of all of this, and we're going into the fourth dimension. Yeah? It's coming from the fourth dimension. And have we actually already proven that there are dimensions? Or do we know anything about how to get to those dimensions? Or, sure, dimensions are still a theory, aren't they? But hell, minor hiccup, don't let that stop you. Go searching in dimensions that may or may not exist. So, the origins of this, the Bible, the stories, the origin of the stories. Well, I would go as far as Sumer. And no further, because we cannot see beyond that. We haven't seen anything that was before that. The stories themselves, you can trace back. They are very similar in the Sumerian tablets themselves, so you can trace the stories back to that. In our thinking, you can trace that back to Sumer. There may have been something before that, but as I say, I don't know. I don't think anybody else knows. It seems that it kind of was there all of a sudden, grown out of nothing. And then if you look at the story of the Sumerian gods, it would very much suggest that they weren't from around here. They came from somewhere else. And it was them that brought the knowledge of kingship and of priesthood. That is the ways to rule over the people. One ruling over the head knowledge, the other ruling over the emotional knowledge. And they gave that knowledge to people. They gave us a lot more than just the plow. Actually, we should have stuck with the plow. That one was actually useful. But that's where it came from. And that is what built, in the end, the pyramid system. And that is, they made some of us adults. They gave them a knowledge of how we function. And they left the rest of them children. Which is, again, what created the pyramid system. With the ones at the top, the all-knowing eye. All-seeing eye, sorry. The adult understanding of ourselves. And the rest has been left as children and being ruled through, I say, priesthood and kingship through the knowledge of us. So, and all of that came from the gods. So it is absolutely fantastic. So much greater than us. Of course, they were, again, more adult than we were. They looked on us as children. So fantastic. So it built the pyramid system. Where the few rule over the many through the knowledge of human nature, through an understanding of human nature and directing it. But if we had grown up, rooted in this world, in the knowledge of this world, ourselves according to this world, not according to the gods, and us standing here was a complete inferiority complex. But if our knowledge had been rooted in this world, we would have known the pyramid system. Yeah? Because it exists in this world, mostly amongst insects. So, and then we had realized it like that kind of organizing yourself is usually used by insects, and you see yourself as a human being. Would you then have thought, oh yeah, that's a great idea, let's all behave like insects? I mean, okay, there's always one idiot, yeah? And somebody may have gone with that, even the natural way, But then humanity as a whole would have stood there and said, yeah, let's all be, we're human beings, we should behave like insects. See, there is where the knowledge of ourselves, and if we had been rooted in the knowledge and the understanding of this world, it would have shown us that that is not our way. But because the knowledge came from the gods, all the way up there, let's run with it, and not seeing the truth, disconnected from the truth that is shown to us in this world, by this world, and we have now turned into insects. We're living in a hive. We're living in an insect hive with the queen bee telling us all what to do. Yeah, and we have the worker soldiers that go and kill each other, and we have the workers that kill themselves, slaving about to bring the stuff to the queen bee. And so there, the fault was in the beginning, yes, and I would not put the beginning out of this world, because again, you're shooting past the truth. It happened in this world. Although, as I said, the beings that started it may not have been from around here. And they gave us a knowledge that we should not have run with. But I said, we have an inferiority complex, been told we're nothing. Actually, the teachings, again, of the church came priesthood and kingship. That is what teaches you are nothing. So there we go. If we had been rooted in the knowledge of the world, we would have seen that what they were teaching us in this world is actually insect behavior and not human behavior. And if we had been able to see that, we probably would have told them where to get off, instead of falling flat on our faces, worshipping. Anyway, that was just a small thought that came to me, and talk to you again soon. Bye.